Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Our top story, 35 inches of rain, catastrophic flooding, and life-threatening storm surges.
Those are the dire warnings along the Texas coast today, hours ahead of the predicted landfall of powerful Hurricane Harvey, now a Category 3 storm. Stacy Cohan joins us now live from Corpus Christi with the preparations for Harvey's landfall. Stacy?
And good evening from Corpus Christi, Texas, where boy, these winds from Harvey are already blowing. It's difficult to stand. The rain is pelting my face, and it's only going to get worse from here.
The outer bands of Harvey announcing the storm's impending landfall, lashing the Texas coast with officials forecasting the worst.
I would like to set expectations. Texas is about to have a very significant disaster.
Highways jammed Friday morning ahead of the storm's predicted landfall. Many in areas expected to take the hardest hit are expressing little interest in sticking around.
We came all the way back from Rockdale, Texas, just to pick up the boat, and now we're getting off the island as quick as we can.
I'm not sticking around here. My first real hurricane. I'm scared.
Others willing to take a chance.
I'd rather take care of my home and my animals and be safe here. I'm on high ground with my house.
According to the National Weather Service, the storm will make landfall around Corpus Christi and will strengthen as it gets closer. The National Weather Service says parts of South Texas could be left uninhabitable for weeks or months. Governor Greg Abbott advised Texans to be prepared and patient.
This is a hurricane that will come inland and then is prognosticated to just hover for a long period of time. It could be days.
I can tell you that driving through this town, we're right along the beach in Corpus Christi. It feels very empty, but we do know some people are being stubborn and determined to stay here. We'll keep you posted. The worst should hit in the next 6 or 7 hours. Reporting live, I'm Stacy Cohan. Back to you.
Thank you, Stacy. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders says the president plans to travel to Texas early next week.
This storm will not have an impact on the Suncoast, except when it comes to fueling up. Hurricane Harvey is expected to affect gas prices here in Florida. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live tonight from a gas station in Sarasota to explain why the prices are going up and how much drivers should expect to pay over the next few days. Jess?
Good evening, Scott. Obviously, as you can tell with the sun shining on my face, it's not the weather that's going to be impacted here on the Suncoast. Instead, it's our gas prices here at the Sunoco station at the corner of 10th Street and US 41 in downtown Sarasota. Gas is $2.29 a gallon. Then it won't be staying like that for long.
Something that's happening way out there is going to affect us like that over here?
Drivers are surprised to hear the news.
Gas prices are going to slowly increase, and the increase is going to be from 10 cents to 30 cents, and we're going to really see it impacting as the closer the hurricane gets to landfall.
Most of the gas Florida receives is shipped across the Gulf of Mexico from refineries near Houston and Corpus Christi, right where the hurricane is making landfall and is expected to linger. Oil refineries are expected to shut down. That means there will be no gasoline being produced for some time.
It's going to be dependent on how the delays of the ships and whether or not they can get in the Gulf. The winds are going to be probably the worst part of it, and the flooding.
As of Sunday, gas averaged $2.30 a gallon in Florida. By Saturday, they may average around $2.60 a gallon.
I think if it goes up any higher, it's going to be hurting the pocket a lot.
So drivers are filling up now.
I mainly go to Sarasota, Bradenton 5-6 times a day, and the gas kills me, so I can imagine 30 cents extra. I put, like I said, 20 to 40 bucks a day. It depends on where I travel.
But the good news is Florida's gas prices are still lower than the national average.
Coming from Northern California, the prices I was paying $3.49 a gallon. So I'm not worried at all. These prices are amazing, even if they go up a little bit.
Gas prices are right now 6 cents higher than they were at this point a week ago. Now, it's the west coast of Florida, including here on the Suncoast, that's going to see the greatest increase in gas prices. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jess. Repairs are underway around the Sarasota County Church after last night's storm blew off the roof of a utility building. This was the scene off of Clark Road east of the interstate at Suncoast Community Church. The storm damaged a metal roof on an old storage building adjacent to the church. Workers also took away large limbs that blew down during the late afternoon burst of bad weather. And during that, some water spouts formed. Some people on Holmes Beach were able to snap pictures of at least 2 water spouts off the coast. The spouts never came on shore, and there are no reports of any damage to the islands. But there were some reports of flooding in Northport.
Hurricane Harvey is a great reminder for everyone who lives along the coast how important it is to be prepared for a big storm. We're getting close to the peak of hurricane season, and you need to have a plan and supplies in place to keep you and your family safe. ABC7 wants to make sure you are ready for whatever this season brings, so we have information about shelters, supply kits, how to prepare your home, all of it in our hour-long special called Surviving a Hurricane, which is available now on our other platforms, including Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku.
And time now to get a check on our forecast here with the First Alert Weather Forecast with Steve Newman, who is in for Bob tonight.
Hey Lee, this is the storm, and it's unprecedented. I learned early on in meteorology school not to forecast something that's never happened before. And a storm like this has never happened before, at least on records, where it's going to go inland, meander a little bit, come back out and strengthen and just last for days, causing unprecedented damage. So all the warnings you're hearing, you know, everyone back there should be heeding them. You can see the eye of the storm approaching the coast just to the north of Corpus Christi right now, 125-mile-an-hour winds, according to the National Hurricane Center. I just got the bulletin in about 4 or 5 minutes ago. I'll look at it a little more and give you the details when we come back later on the broadcast. We have a wet evening coming up across the Suncoast. You can see those clouds, and by radar, it doesn't look like much now, but we're going to see an increase in the coverage of these thunderstorms as we move through the 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock hour, at least according to the models. But right now we have some heavy rain. It's just been a very moist day down in Fort Myers. From last night through this morning, a lot of heavy rains, street flooding. They have got the brunt of this, but I think the moisture is going to shift northward in our direction this evening, overnight, and into tomorrow. Here's your high-resolution futurecast, and we're going to stop at about 8 o'clock tonight. With all the football games and all the outdoor activities, it looks like there's a good chance we'll see some showers and thunderstorms in the area, not only then, but coming back at the small hours of the morning and another round tomorrow. Temperatures cooling off through the evening to the upper 70s to near 80 overnight. And we don't often see a 100% plot of rainfall. This should give you a good idea. If this computer model is right, it's going to be damp right on through the overnight hours and through tomorrow as well. Anywhere from 1, 2, maybe 3 inches of rain across our region. We'll have the complete forecast locally for the weekend and the latest on Hurricane Harvey in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Steve. A Sarasota man is behind bars after sheriff's deputies say images and videos of child pornography were found on his phone. Deputies say the investigation began Monday when a cell phone was turned into the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. The phone belongs to Milton Raymond Salgado Benucci. He is charged with 33 felony counts of possession of sexual performance by a child.
Follow up now, the status of a controversial Confederate monument in Manatee County. There's no longer any trace of that monument near the courthouse in downtown Bradenton. Today, crews removed the remaining concrete base and did some landscaping work where it used to be. The monument itself is now in storage. Early Thursday morning, crews removed the statue, but in the process, the top of it shifted and fell to the ground, breaking it into 2 pieces. It will now have to be repaired. Manatee County officials have not yet decided where that monument will eventually be relocated.
Some elementary school students on the Suncoast are now better prepared for the school year. A bus full of supplies brought to Booker Elementary School today, and the items were distributed. The Stuff the Bus event was sponsored by the Sarasota County School District Communications Department and Culver's Restaurant. The event helps teach students about giving back to the community and provides them with essential school supplies.
So they're very appreciative of all that comes to them, that helps them, and it allows us to alleviate some of the burdens that we have to ask for supplies that are just basic supplies that we need at school, and it helps with the parents so that they don't have to continue to replenish those supplies when they run out during the year.
Organizers gathered supplies for 2 weeks before making this delivery.
The bus was indeed stuffed, wasn't it?
Awesome, yeah.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, the first week of high school football starts tonight. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo will Join us with our Football Friday night preview.
And meteorologist Steve Newman will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, how listening to short audio recordings may help heavy drinkers cut back on alcohol. We'll have those stories straight ahead.
Anyone can jumpstart your car, but for free installation and $10 off Duracell Ultra car batteries, there's no one like Batteries Plus bulbs.
I'll install it myself.
I'd like you to do it.
Visit batteriesplus.com for a store near you.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. And all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. Independence U for an independent you.
Call 1-800-671-4817.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
Are you ready for some football? Week 1 of high school football kicks off in just a few hours.
And high schools across the Suncoast are taking the field tonight. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo joins us now live from Hawkins Stadium, home to the Manatee Hurricanes, for a preview of our game of the week. Dwayne?
Well, guys, we've all been looking forward to the start of the season. If you can remember last year, Mother Nature putting a damper on the first week. So let's hope she lets the kids play this time around. So now the Hurricanes went 7-4 last season and lost in the first round of the 8A regional playoffs. Now the Canes have a new coach, new system, and new attitude. And guys, the Canes also have their hands full. Lakeland is ranked in the top 10 in their class. Manatee also struggled last week in their preseason game, losing 19-0 against Seffner Armwood. But remember, that team is a state powerhouse as well. But the Hurricanes are bringing back some firepower. Star running back Joshua Booker and wide receiver Javarius Pollock. Look for those two to be an integral part of the offense. Also, starting quarterback Ryan O'Neal. No relation to Ryan O'Neal, a transfer from Bayshore High School. The first-year coach, Yusef Shakir, says expectations remain high, not only for this game, but for the season as well.
The first thing I want to make sure is just we play hard and we play physical and we play discipline.
That's what all my teams. I want to make sure we cover those things. I want to make sure we play with pride, and we want to make sure we respect the tradition of all the great players and great coaches in the community that's all come through here before and set that great foundation. So I want to make sure we honor that tradition and play our hearts out every Friday night.
Now some other key games tonight. Southeast at Palmetto, Celebration at Sarasota, and Scott, your game of the week, Booker at Riverview. And if you can't make any of these area games, you can always catch Football Friday night at 11:15 to catch your latest scores and highlights. And also, very important, hand in or send in your picks at news@mysuncoast.com and also on Twitter, #FanOfTheWeek. Also, tagging at MySunCoast. And to quote my colleague Adam Cellini, don't think about it, just act. Send in those pics. Scott and Haley, back to you.
All right, Dwayne, thank you so much. Have a good night out there at the stadium there in Manatee. 3 games, though, in the Fort Myers area have already been postponed because of the rainy weather there. Lakewood Ranch's game at Ida Baker and Out of Door Academy's game at Canterbury will both be played Monday afternoon at 5. And then Charlotte's game, they were supposed to take on Dunbar tonight. That's been rescheduled to tomorrow night at 7:30, again in the Fort Myers area.
So are we worried, though, Steve, about any other games not listed on those?
Well, I'm worried about tomorrow night, too. Saturday night, because there's going to be a lot of rain for the next day or so. Take your ponchos out, take your umbrellas out. If it's lightning, get indoors, of course. It looks wet, and you were saying you're skeptical of the models.
Well, I'm just looking outside right now.
It doesn't look too bad.
It looks pretty nice.
Well, the models are creating something out of nothing. Which we saw earlier. We'll see if that happens, but just be prepared.
I hope they're wrong.
I hope they're wrong, too. That's so disappointing.
From our Van Wezel webcam, you can see passing showers today. Not a bad day other than that. They did get a lot of rain, as you just saw, down in Fort Myers area over Charlotte Harbor, and we kind of lucked out, but I think our luck is about to run out with the storms approaching. Currently at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, it is 88 degrees. The dew point is 80, very moist, that tropical. Everything is in place for us to get a lot of rain. You can see that humidity 77% and the barometer is low because the low pressure responsible for a lot of these storms is like right over top of us or right over Florida. Now, by radar, it does not look all that menacing right now, but if you saw a few minutes ago, the futurecast that goes out for the overnight hours shows it really blossoming within the next couple, 3 hours. So we will hope for the best on that, but be prepared for the worst. And I hope they're prepared for the worst along the Texas coast. Everyone I've read and watched today who is an expert in hurricanes has said they've never seen anything like this one. Look at the broad eye of Hurricane Harvey approaching Corpus Christi. We can look at the every 1 minute pictures creating this little loop as the storm is approaching just to the north of Corpus Christi. And look how quickly it's spinning there as we're looking right down through the eye from space. And you can see the surface waters of the Gulf there. It is approaching at a good clip with 125-mile-an-hour winds. And the Hurricane Center meteorologists think in the next 6 hours or so it could strengthen just a little bit more before making landfall. Now, one thing we haven't talked about is the threat of tornadoes. With these spiraling bands, we've already had a tornado up around Galveston earlier today, and as these bands come in and its interaction with the land, it could cause these spin-ups. We've seen them here on the Gulf Coast, on the Florida coast, but this is a problem that's going to last until the spiraling bands move inland. So the threat of tornadoes is imminent. The storm was probably about 6 to 7 hours from making landfall just to the northeast of Corpus Christi. This is the European model, which a lot of people are looking at because it's performed very well on the storm the last 2 or 3 days. Shows it moving inland, and this is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, going back over the water and then slowly moving northeast. This is a several-day event, unprecedented. No one has ever seen anything like this in the history of hurricane forecasting. Here's the official forecast from the National Hurricane Center. Maximum sustained winds right now at 125 miles an hour. A Category 3 storm moving inland just to the northeast of Corpus Christi overnight with 115-mile-an-hour winds still by 2 in the morning. Tomorrow afternoon down to 85 and then becomes tropical storm strength by 2 a.m. on Sunday. But all bets are off. Once this makes landfall, no one is really sure exactly what's going to happen other than a lot of rain is going to fall. Now, here is the European forecast model showing between now and the middle of next week anywhere from 10, 15, 20, 30 inches of rain right along the coast. Look at this, 37, 30. It just goes on with that spinning around, bringing in the moisture. That's why it would produce that. So, and some of the damage could take weeks or months to repair, as we've heard from officials in Texas earlier today. We're going to hope for the best for Texas, and we're going to hope for the best for a fairly dry evening, but there's going to be rain about right on for the next day or so. You can kind of see that broad circulation of low pressure over us. Out on the water tomorrow, probably not a great day with those moderate chop on bay and inland waters. If you can get some sun at the beach, the water temperature and air temperature will be 88. Here's my forecast for tonight. There's a 70% chance of thunderstorms. Some of the models think 100%. 77, the overnight low. And for tomorrow, thunderstorms again will be likely with a high temperature of 85. Our 7-day outlook shows the chance of rain continues Saturday at 70%, 50 on Sunday, and then a little bit drier weather coming in for Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Then you'll want a break in the rain. We'll have more on Hurricane Harvey coming up later on in this broadcast.
All right, Steve, thank you. Now to First Alert traffic. Right now we're seeing traffic backed up on I-75 in the southbound lanes right near the Ellenton exit. It's following a two-car accident in that area. So slow going. You may want to avoid that area if you can. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, if you've been glued to your couch for hours on end trying to get caught up on Game of Thrones, you could be sabotaging your sleep. According to a new study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, those who identified themselves as binge watchers had a 98% increased risk of having poor sleep quality. They reported more symptoms of insomnia and greater alertness before bed. So not only does watching show after show keep you up later, it stimulates your brain and emotions, making it harder to fall asleep. The study did not show regular TV watching to be associated with any sleep problems. Just a few minutes of mindfulness may help heavy drinkers cut back on alcohol. A study in the International Journal of Neuropsychopharmacology found people who listened to short audio recordings drank about 3 fewer beers than usual the following week. The recordings were 11 minutes long and taught strategies like thinking consciously about feelings and acknowledging cravings as temporary. Another group in the study participated in relaxation training meant to reduce cravings. That group did not show a reduction in their drinking habits. So why do your ears pop on an airplane? On a normal day on land, the air pressure on both sides of your eardrum is equal, with air passing easily through the eustachian tube. Up in the air, even though you're in a pressurized cabin, the air pressure quickly becomes unequal. You can feel that change in your eardrums because they do not adapt to the pressure imbalance right away. So you can equalize the pressure by yawning or swallowing to help open that eustachian tube. Coming up, 2 Florida teens left with little food and no water, how their survival instincts got them out of the Grand Canyon. Plus, a man tries to smuggle a baby tiger across the Mexican border, how agents rescued this endangered cub. Straight ahead.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Join the fun at the Weddings of Sarasota 17th Annual Wedding Show at the iconic Sarasota Municipal Auditorium on US 41. Sunday, August 27th from noon to 4. Enjoy food, fun, and entertainment with a runway show on stage at 3 p.m. $2,000 in Weddings of Sarasota dollars given out after the runway show. You must be present to win. Pre-register at weddingsofsarasota.com. Brides and grooms are free if registered by midnight on August 25th. Weddings of Sarasota. Register today.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck. Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
2 Florida teens are home safe after spending 5 days lost in the Grand Canyon.
Reese McMichael and Rowan Fitch wanted to hike through the Grand Canyon this summer before starting college. The teens got lost on a trail during their hike and found themselves trapped at the bottom of the canyon. Lost in 100-degree temperatures and out of water the first day, the boys had to drink from puddles.
We found a few areas where water would just barely trickle out of the ground.
Food, the boys ate small pieces of granola bars. They made a sign on the ground using rocks, hoping to be seen by a rescue crew. The boys were finally found by a helicopter and brought home safely.
Hurricane Harvey getting stronger, closer to making landfall. As you saw, astronauts captured some fascinating video while passing over it in the International Space Station last night. You can see the huge clouds swirling around the eye of the storm. The video even shows a portion of the space station here coming up as they get a little wider shot of the storm there in the Gulf of Mexico as it approaches the state of Texas.
Wow. There we go. Okay, Border Patrol agents say they stopped a teenager from smuggling a baby tiger into San Diego from Mexico. The passenger told agents he had nothing to declare, but when they took a closer look, they spotted a baby tiger in the floor of his vehicle. He reportedly bought the cub in Mexico for $300 and was planning to keep it as a pet. The teen was charged with importing an endangered species and could face up to 20 years in prison.
Well, check this out. An ABC7 viewer got a surprise visit from a manatee while paddleboarding right off Siesta Key Beach. Chris Otto sent us this video where you can see that manatee swim right up to his paddleboard. The sea cow even appears to give him a little wave there, sort of. Just very curious, checking out the paddleboard and the man on top.
They're very friendly.
Yeah.
They'll come right up to your boat and they want to chew on your line and, you know, interact, and
yep.
they're almost like, I don't know, they just have that sense of interacting with humans. It's just strange because not all wildlife is like that. So.
Although we should point out, Florida law, you're not supposed to touch them, interfere at all.
Just enjoy their presence.
Do what he did. Just sort of watch them. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Still to come on your Suncoast News, evidence found in Aruba shed some new light on the Natalie Holloway investigation.
The newly discovered DNA that could solve the 12-year-long case. That story coming up.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Call to see if you qualify to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan right now. At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But With an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. It's all described in this free book and DVD. Call for yours and discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. Call 1-800-558-8779.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
It does things that seem impossible. Feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.